Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that you are safe and whatever you've been up to this week, you've managed to stay safe. Here in the foothills of the Coast Range, we had our first, not our first snow of the season, because it did snow before the end of last year, but definitely our first snow of 2025. And as you can see, it's now slush. So the weather forecast this week has been really weird, and I'm not sure if it's because of a lack of funding for the National Weather Service. Like, we didn't get a bunch of weather warnings that we normally would get, and then the weather forecast was just weird. It would say there's going to be loads of snow, and then there's not going to be loads of snow, and then there's a weather warning, and then there's not a weather warning. So the National Weather Service really either didn't care or didn't seem to know what was going on. Sorry, Charlie's in fine fettle today. And so earlier today we had probably about 2 inches of snow, and most of it has now thawed, and we've got this horrible slushy goop that is very cold and wet, but nothing else. And then next week they're forecasting like a foot of snow. So I find that hard to believe. So I'm predicting by the time I see you next week, the ground will either be completely clear or we'll have a huge amount of snow, and your guess is as good as mine as to which it's going to be. What I can tell you is that the chickens are very, very upset that the weather has been so bad. They haven't been able to go outside for a long time because the risk of bird flu and all of that, avian flu. So they've been stuck in their little coop. They are fed up. They've not been laying particularly. I think we've had 2 eggs since I last recorded, but they've got food, they've got water, they're reasonably warm. Ashley down here is doing really well. Aren't you, Ashley? Chuk chuk. She sits she basically sits there and watches the world go by. Earlier on it was heavy snow and she was snuggled right in the back. But now she's back in her usual place and she's happy. I should probably show you what's going on with the garlic over here. Thank you, Charlie. Nothing from the garlic yet. And as you can see, that mulch is doing its job, because if I show you, and we just dig into this mulch here a little bit, you'll see the soil underneath is free from snow. It's not frozen. So the straw does its job. Same thing on the strawberries over here, right? The strawberries are the same. No major damage here, although some of the leaves are dying off, but that's totally normal at this time of year. And then we'll get fresh strawberries growing up in hopefully about 8 weeks' time. Meanwhile, my sprouts are still on the plant, although I don't think I'm actually going to get any of them, because as you can see, maybe I might get this one, maybe I might get some of them, but for the most part I think they're pretty much done. And with everything going on politically at the moment, I must admit, I'm having second guesses about what we're going to do with our garden, because there is part of me that says, you know, am I still going to be here in the summer? And while, you know, the prospect of having to move is quite scary, some of the stuff that's been happening to marginalised communities, including communities that I'm part of, has been really, really scary. I'm filming this the day that there's mass protests around the US, and I'm hoping that a lot of that will help change people's views. But I will admit that has also dramatically impacted my gardening plans, and also how I'm feeling about this house and you know, gardening in general for next year. Obviously, as I've already pointed out, I've planted the garlic, the apple trees. Obviously they'll just kick up on their own when the weather improves a little bit. But other than that, well, we've still got like a month, maybe 2 months of winter to get through. we are now getting into the really cold section for us. We tend to get the coldest weather January, February and into March. So we're kind of right in the middle of it. But as you can see, my broccoli, my cauliflower, they're pretty much done. They've all died off. So they've had enough because it's been so cold. But at the front of the house, I wish I could show you, but I'm not going to because I would let you see my house number. We have bulbs coming up. So we've got snowdrops coming up over there. Just over there, we've got snowdrops coming up. We've got daffodils. We've got some daffodils coming up along the front, and we also have our irises, which is fantastic because the weather's been really horrible this week. It's been cold, it's been wet, it snowed a little, and I'm just about ready for the spring. And I know that some of you feel the same. So tell me what's going on in your garden. We have dogs happily barking because they're inside and they can hear me, and it's coming up on 4 p.m, which is dog walking time. So if you'll excuse me, today's Chicken and Garden is going to be very short, and I will see you this time next week. And keep your eyes peeled for our Sunday musing. It's a little political today, but I think it's a conversation we all need to be having. Thanks for joining us today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They're part of the massive community of supporters who make this channel possible, helping us through Patreon and YouTube, helping cover our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. We've got options available across a wide range of different price points from just $1.50 US a month. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Mac McIntosh, Thomas TK, James Erbe, Cosmos, Mr. Hockey, Josef Guia Esteve, Michael J. Kidd, Kulek, Giardo Orzorko, and Douglas Hill. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame, and you can even gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below that allow you to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at for the time being, address listed below. You'll also find links to our swag store, and if you're someone who wants to shop at Amazon, please consider using our affiliate link so we get the commission, not Jeff Bezos. So we can continue to focus on making our content as good as possible and reduce burnout, we're being a little freer with our release days, but plan on dropping new content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, plus something on Sundays over on TE Take 2. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks that you will enjoy watching this video, but this video is one we'd like you to check out. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and don't forget to resist. Keep evolving!